This certainly wasn't the scariest movie I've ever seen, like some of the promotional material might suggest, but it was one of the most intriguing watches I've had this year. Probably the best aspect of this production, the marketing team for this knocked it out of the park. My theater was packed because presumably everyone else was there for the same reason I was, because this was considered to be one of the scariest movies out there. And it's not like film studios haven't used this strategy before. I remember everyone hyping up some Italian movie about a nun, and it was alright, but just like that nun movie, I was positive this could not live up to the hype. Welcome to Sandwich Reviews. I'm the Talking Sentient Sandwich, and it may not have lived up to the hype for me personally, but to no one's surprise, Longlegs was really, really good. And most of that comes down to the amazing mystery at the heart of the movie. It's the kind of mystery you just need to unravel and unpack, just like the characters in the film. And of those characters, the best thing I can say about them is they all felt real. They each had dynamic family lives that were explored to whatever point was necessary to tell this story right. Of course, the most of which we see of is the incredibly acoustic main character. Now, I've seen some astonishingly terrible characters with a high degree of social awkwardness in somewhat recent movies, and I was worried the whole concept wouldn't be written well. But there was no need to be concerned. All of the dialogue is genuine and purposeful, and when it is awkward, it's for a reason. Such as whenever Nicolas Cage is on screen. I kinda wish the villain role wasn't played by a big Hollywood name, simply because whenever I saw him, I just saw Nick Cage. However, I can't take away from how stunning his performance was, or how exceptional his prosthetics were. He was almost never there, but 90% of the shots were framed so that the audience would be waiting for Longlegs or something to pop out. And that tension was what I walked away with remembering most. That or the cryptic Zodiac-like messages that Longlegs left. It's creepy, but I always like when villains do stuff like that. Stressing that this was not the scariest movie of all time, not even the scariest movie I've seen this year, because I saw Late Night with the Devil, but this is a great time if you're a fan of intense serial killer mysteries. So if that sounds like you, check out Longlegs. But with that said, let's get into the spoilers. So here's a big warning for those who haven't seen it yet. Naturally, the first thing to bring up is the intro, which is otherworldly and incredible, because it simultaneously throws you off with the aspect ratio, makes you think you initially understand the premise, and just prepares you for what will be an unpleasant couple of hours. During that intro, we get a quick glimpse of a very important event that happened to the main character as a child. During this whole movie, my mind kept on flashing back to that, trying to piece together any piece of information that might uncover the story's secrets. And after that, the opening credits slowly widening the screen was a really nice touch that didn't add anything but visual flair, but I loved it nonetheless. And I've already talked about how captivating the mystery in this movie is, but the slow drip of information exposited in the film is so well done. Certain things would happen, like the main character's birthday being revealed to be the 14th, and I just had the same look as a deer in headlights. I could see the tangled web that the detective narrative was weaving, and I was loving it. Yet, something else could be brought up that could only be seen as a slightly odd line, yet it turns out to be the biggest foreshadowing clue of the movie. I did perk up a bit when someone said that Longlegs was right underneath the main character's feet, but I did not see it coming that he was literally under her feet for a lot of this movie, in her mother's basement. On that note, I also didn't see it coming that her mom would be the accomplice. It makes sense and was foreshadowed throughout the movie. It's just I was expecting any number of twists, and that was not one of them. But to conclude, I want to bring up the real big bad in the story. I purposefully stayed away from any trailer, so when a supernatural element was introduced, I was skeptical until the end. Honestly, I still kind of am. In the first act, the FBI puts the main character through some psychic test where they ask her if she was within cells interlinked, and I was definitely questioning what in the world was going on, though the movie kinda just throws that idea at you and moves on. But it's fairly unambiguous that a demon, or the demon, was the one behind it all. And I guess the existence of the dolls and the metal brain balls proves that there was something paranormal going on. Plus, the black brainwaves and smoke coming off the main character was a turning point in me being a skeptic, but who knows? Maybe the reality that we were seeing was unreliable. But that's just a crazy theory, because like I said before, it is pretty unambiguous. But what theories did you walk away from Longlegs with? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for weekly video essays and reviews, and enjoy a delicious sandwich.